Every time I think that you can't get any lower, you manage to sink to new depths. How could you just sit here alone and listen to your sister's confession?
Actually, Julian's not alone. Good evening, Dr. Russell.
Alistair.
We were just chatting about how kind it was of you not to erase this tape.
It's amazing how handy it's become, isn't it, Julian?
Eve always has been one to help out a man in need.
I won't let you use the tape.
Oh, really? Oh, how exactly are you going to stop us?
Are you going to tell Louise and Sheridan that Sheridan committed murder, but you lied to protect them?
I'll find a way to stop you.
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Eve.
You won't do any such thing. Because if you do, your two lovely daughters will learn all about their mother's sordid past.
Sordid past it was.
They'll find out every last detail, including the son you had with Julian that died. I wonder how your impressionable young daughters, especially Whitney, would react if they learned their mother was a cheap whore. How do you think your daughters, not to mention your husband, would feel if they found out you were nothing but a lying slut?
You wouldn't tell my family.
Oh, I thought you knew me better than that, Eve. Of course I would.
And I have a feeling TC's infamous temper might flare if he knew you had a baby out of wedlock, especially since the father was Julian, the man he hates most in the world.
My baby died. How dare you bring this up?
Father, please, show some sensitivity. It's devastatingly painful to be reminded of our dead son.
Don't you even try to act like you cared about our son. You left me high and dry as soon as you found out I was pregnant.
Well, I wouldn't put it that way exactly.
Oh, really? Well, just how exactly would you put it? You were a coward, Julian. You didn't want to be burdened with me or your black son. You never even saw him.
I figured that was all for the best.
Yes, the best for you and your father. Because God knows that Alistair would never want a black heir to the Crane Empire.
Frankly, discussing this is a colossal waste of time. The bottom line is that your son died. And in place of that adorable black baby boy is a true Crane, Ethan.
This visit has been a pleasure as always, Dr. Russell, but Julian and I have business to discuss.
Oh, you two, you never change. You're putting me out now just like Julian did when he found out I was pregnant. When you ordered him to marry Ivy.
It's time to let bygones be bygones, Eve. But before you go, I want to thank you again for this tape. I'll put it to good use.
What are you going to do with it?
I'm going to play the tape for Louise and Sheridan tonight.